What happens when the bully tells the principal he's the bully? And the principal says, "Oh man, that sucks for you that he's your bully," and then leaves it alone. You ever had that happen? Oh, not yet? I have an example for you that might actually fit that. What happens when you see someone die and someone tells you, "I wasn't there," and then you find out later that they were there and they may have had a hand in it, but then you can't do nothing about it because they're the principal? Uh, Recently, um, there was a Freedom of Information Act request done, and it was about the Obama chef swimming incident. You remember that one? Um, Judicial Watch issued it, and they got some pretty interesting information. Initially, Mr. Obama said that he was not there and he didn't know what happened, only to find out that, well, he was on site. So why would you lie about that? We'll get back to that in a minute. But why would you lie about being on site when you were there and saying you weren't? Well, file that away for real quick. We'll come back. We'll come right back to that. So you were told that this individual drowned and that he was a chef for the Obamas and he was on a paddleboard and something just happened and he turned up dead and nobody knew. And even though there are no cameras at Martha's Vineyard, but there are cameras everywhere, and no one knew what happened. And the whole story was convoluted. Then a whole bunch of conspiracy started flying around. Or maybe he saw some stuff at the wine at Martha's Vineyard that he wasn't supposed to see. Maybe he saw some stuff in the kitchen or this and that and the other. The story went pretty quiet for a long time until this. Now, if Mr. Obama was there, why would he lie about not being there? This is your chef. This is a family friend. Why would you not say, "Man, I tried to help. I saw the whole thing." Let's just go from a normal human standpoint, okay? You have a chef, a personal chef, does all your food, really good guy, been cooking for you for a long time. You love his food. His food is what the people would call bussin', right? It's good stuff. He goes out paddleboarding. You witness it, and the first thing you say is, "I wasn't there." But then we come to find out that you were. What am I going to think about your role in this? Especially when the circumstances around his death seems quite odd. Would I normally say, you sure you weren't there? But the record said that you were because the calls that came in proved that it places you there. Why would you lie about that? Would your excuse be, "Well, I just didn't want to get caught up in the act"? This is your friend. You mean you don't want to get caught up in trying to help him? Or maybe that you had a hand in his exit off this earth. Did he see something you didn't want him to see? Did he say something you didn't like? Or was he going out to public with this book that he was writing about something that you did that you didn't want everybody knowing? And in order to do the cover up thing, "I wasn't there when he died, but I was because I probably was the one that did it." I'm not saying he did. I'm just saying possibilities. Why would you lie? Because, as usual, it's the "what are you going to do?" So, what are you going to do? So, you have the Freedom of Information Act now that puts me there. This would be Obama. You know his stance. He sits like this, and he what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Joe Biden takes money from Ukraine. What are you gonna do? Nothing. You can't do nothing to me. I'm Barack Obama. You can't touch me. I got the media in my back pocket. I'm the smoothest talker since silk. You can't do nothing to me. I keep seeing Denzel Washington's Training Day scene. "King Kong ain't got nothing on me." I could see that. I could see him stepping up to the mic tomorrow doing that. And then anybody that comes at him to try and bring some, "I'm putting cases on all of you. You're going to be playing ball in Pelican Bay." That'll be a Barack because he could do that. You know why? He's untouchable. He's got the meat in his back pocket. He's got the government in his back pocket. He got George Soros in his back pocket. You can't touch this man. Am I saying he killed his chef? No. Why would I say that? Did he have a hand in it? No. Of course not. He would never do anything like that. Ever. Right? No. I don't know the reasons why this man died. I don't know the circumstances because they're not telling you anything. But the instant I see somebody willing to lie about something so simple, you must be lying about something much larger. All you had to say was, yeah, I was there and I was trying to get to him, but man, I was too far away. I couldn't get there. I would believe that. But the instant you lie to me and say, not there, we find out you were, my critical mind starts thinking, you hiding something. But even the fact that you were okay with releasing the fact that you were there proves another thing to me. You feel you're untouchable. And so far, everything else has proven it to be true. You want to know how I know? Do you remember when Barack Obama did a whole bunch of nefarious things in the Middle East with drone strikes? Do you remember when a drone strike killed an innocent individual because they thought he was a criminal and there was no backlash? Okay. Do you remember when Gaddafi died and all after he said he was going to go to the gold standard and nothing happened? Do you remember when he took a strike out in Iran and then sent them money the very next day and nothing happened? Do you remember all these things? What would normally be considered war crimes? No issue. And he could come before you and say, we're good. Ain't nothing you can do. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I sent a pallet of cash. Well, yeah, I sent an IRS to go out and target Republicans. What are you going to do about it? Well, yeah, Benghazi happened, but who cares about them 13 people? You know, after a while, it gets kind of tiring when they do the stuff in front of you and you just can't seem to see any kind of results of bringing these people to justice. But they'll turn around the next day and ask for you to be arrested for doing something like having $600 in your bank account. Yeah. Corey said it best. You said you've been gangstered. And we've been gangster. Right? We Al Capone, sissy. Al Capone was a what? I can't say that word. Al Capone was a sissy compared to Barack Obama and the rest of them. Kingpins around the world don't got no. The Yakuza ain't even as good as these people. The Yakuza can't take out a whole nation and never pay for it. But these people can. And they will come in front of the camera and they'll sit like this and they'll blatantly say, and you want proof? Remember when Hillary Clinton was before Congress? And she said, what difference at this point does it make? They're dead. Who cares? They're dead. I can't do anything about it now. She might as well have done that to them, to the camera, and laugh and say, screw you. She might as well have done that because that's technically what she was saying. Like them, they dead. Why should I care? They're gone. I can't bring no justice to them. Now they're gone. This is Barack. Yeah, I was there when he died. And they are above the law, but yet still they'll tell you that there's no two-tier justice system and no one's above the law. Well, except for this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. But outside of them, no one's above the law. You, however, you can go to jail simply for showing up at the Capitol and walking. You go to jail for that. It's no, what difference at this point does it make for them? And when that happens, you go to jail. Someone turns up on dead on your grounds, you go to jail. For him, someone turns up dead on his grounds, nothing to see here. We'll see what becomes of this. We'll see if there's any ground, any traction for the information found that he was actually there. And I can tell you right now, with great certainty, nothing will happen. Barack will walk. Everything will just get blown over again, and not a single thing will be done to these people. They are the ones in charge of investigating themselves. I wish I had that kind of power. Man, can you imagine what kind of stuff I could get into if I could investigate myself for things I did? Say, for instance, I decide to go rob a bank tomorrow, and they're like, "Oh, he's on camera. We need to get him to go investigate what he did." And I'll come back and say, "Man, no, I wasn't even there." But even if I was there, the footage shows that I was trying to stop myself from robbing the bank. So let me go. I'm free. That's how the government investigates themselves. There was a movie, and I think it was an airplane. I forget the name of it, but Leslie Nielsen was in it, right? And he shows up to the Naked Gun. That's what it was. It was a Naked Gun. He shows up to the scene, and there's chaos, and the building is burning, and looters and everything. And he walks by people, and he turns around, and he says, "Move along. There's nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Please disperse. Go home." And behind him, fire, explosions, and people robbing and killing each other. And he's like, "Nothing. That's the government. Behind them is all the crap they're doing to you." And they're saying, "Don't worry, I will look into it. I'll look into it. Oh, look, I know I was there, but that wasn't me. Don't worry about it. I'll find who it was, though." Anyway, as funny as it might sound, and as hilarious as it might be, this will escalate to even smaller and smaller things, and the regular human beings within the confines of America will be the ones targeted. J6, practice. Shooters, practice. Chefs, practice. Your only decision you have to make now is whether you're going to be the one holding the bow and arrow or the target.